What is up, guys? Sam from Rad Junk here, and today it is a Rad Bar video. If you're new here, I own a game store and an arcade, and I show off what the daily life of running one of those is like. So today, generally we're at the shop because there's a lot more for me to do there, but today we're at Rad Bar, so I'll show you a typical Rad Bar kind of day. So we're walking in, everything's turned off, it's not quite as cool in here, so gotta go turn everything on, get everything ready for the day. So typically, I am not the one who is working at the bar. I work at the shop a whole lot more just because my time is a lot better utilized there. I'm a lot more needed there. And as far as the bar goes, I'm doing a lot more of the back end kind of stuff. Like I'm doing the beer orders and doing payroll and doing, marketing and aesthetic things in here. Like I'm not working behind the bar quite as much as I used to. But the girls that work here do a great job. I'm more behind the scenes when it comes to Rad Bar, but show you what it's like to get this place up and running. It's hard to see because of the daylight, but these lights are on. All right, now we got all the lights on. Now it is time to turn on all the machines. So we have these cool Wi-Fi outlets, which if you're not familiar, they come in super, super handy, especially for stuff like this. Otherwise, you're gonna have to turn on each individual machine, and it's annoying when you have like 35 of them. So we're gonna go on our iPad here. We've got everything, pretty much labeled. You just turn this whole thing on. Turn this whole thing on. So how come you don't have them all on the same switch, you might ask? We tried that one time and it overloaded the breakers, turning everything on right at the same time and popped all the breakers. So, we do them one at a time because otherwise it's a huge power surge and our current infrastructure cannot handle that. When you turn them all on individually, it's fine, but one strip at a time. Now, there are still a couple that we still have to turn on manually just because not everything can go on the Wi-Fi outlets. So, punch out over here, it's, got a power strip. I just manually turn on for that one. Let's see who else. These two pinballs are down right now because, of course, stuff starts breaking during spring break because that's just how it is. Pump It Up gets turned on manually, but it's very loud, so I'm gonna wait until closer to open. Plug in our baseball game. Turn Blitz on. There's a switch now. Switch is right here. Put that guy on. And I think besides Pump It Up, that's everybody. Yeah. We are all on, all up and running. Everything's kind of booting. Oh, I forgot about this one, Multicade. It's basically a PC in here that runs this, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it on camera. Let's see, there's a button back here. That powers everything on, and then you turn the TV on, and we're good. So that'll boot up. Like I said, it's just a PC with an emulator on it running stuff. But yeah, Gauntlet is also down because the PCB the edge connectors need fixing, but that's a gel thing, so it'll get fixed eventually. So the way that our pricing model works here is that you pay $10 at the door, everything is set to free play. Most newer arcade games have a free play functionality, you know, within the settings, but there are some that don't. So we've got to put credits in a lot of them, like Dungeons and Dragons, which this thing looks like somebody spilled a beer on it. I need to clean that off. You know, we have a free play button to insert credits that links to it, because it doesn't have free play functionality. R-Type does not either, so we gotta open this up, hit that service switch a lot of times, which will add mini credits. It's kind of hard to see the screen, but you get the idea. There's a few more we gotta do the same thing on. Donkey Kong also. So for this one, you know, we'll just put credits in as though it's taking coins. So the coin goes in here, goes down this mechanism, hits this. That's how it knows it has a coin, but you know, we're just gonna do that 100 times so that it thinks there's coins in there. Okay, we got that one. Same thing with Arkanoid, just, you know, you gotta flip this thing 100 times. And then, let's see. Everything else is pretty much good to go except for Turbo has a credit button. You know, just like to preemptively load it up, but it's got credits. You can play it whenever. Everything else in here is pretty much good to go on that front, but you know, we just, for those, the girls kind of keep an eye on them throughout the night and make sure that they're loaded with credits. Just the easiest way to kind of go about it for now. I forgot to turn the pinball machines up front on, which are also, you know, on a power strip. So those will come on, and now everything is actually on. We've also got to turn on the consoles, which it's now getting closer to time to open. Kenna's here now. Gabby should be here in a minute. So we've got some consoles that are also free play. We've got a Switch, a Wii, a PS4, and then we've got a couple of ones over here. So we'll turn that power switch on. Turn on the switch. Switch on. So we got 64 over here. Turn this on. Super Nintendo classic. Oh, is you Poppin doing the thing?
Poppin is doing the thing.
Okay.
So I have to fix the thing.
Okay. Kenna's gonna fix Poppin because it.
Now it's happy.
Okay, there. Now it's happy. It
Super easy.
sometimes doesn't want to connect to the card reader, and you just got to go in and mess with it. But. I've also got to put the chairs and tables back out and fix my Fallout poster because it's falling. I'll do that in a minute. Every year we do Halloween in March here because we just love Halloween, and we're doing Fallout themed this year, so we've been working on a lot of Fallout stuff. So stay tuned for that video because I'll film when we do that too. So we've got nearly almost an hour before we open for the day, and while we're waiting to do that, I'm going to show you guys how to clean a pinball playfield. So with pinball, you know, there's a big metal ball in there knocking stuff around constantly. Oh God.
Balls. 3 goblins will take them all.
This thing's been in here for months, and the goblins will just randomly start yapping, and it never doesn't scare me. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, pinballs, you know, big metal balls on other metal and wood and materials in there, knocking stuff around, moving a lot, so it creates a lot of dust. And so the playfield itself gets pretty dirty, so you gotta keep up with cleaning it, because otherwise it's just gonna mess up your playfield, which is really expensive to fix if it starts getting chipped and cracked and, you know, messed up, because you don't wanna take the time to maintain it. So let's do that real quick before we open, because Guardians is pretty gross, so I'm gonna clean that real quick. All right, so to be able to clean this thing, we've got to get the glass out of the playfield so that we can, you know, actually get in there. So, you know, just got to unlatch it from the inside. There's 2 latches in there. Probably would help if I turn the machine off first, actually. Don't leave your pinball machines on when you're cleaning them. I mean, I guess you could. It wouldn't really probably hurt anything, but like a fuzz that just came out of nowhere. I don't know. Anyway, turn off your pinballs before cleaning them. Or don't. Do what you want. Okay. I'm going to take that out. Just kind of shove that in there for now. And, you know, be really careful, because this is a gigantic piece of glass that can break. It's kind of expensive to replace if you do. So I'm going to carefully slide that all the way out and carefully set on this table right here. You know, it's got enough weight distribution there, it's going to be fine. Okay, so this playfield's kind of dirty. Like, you can kind of see these lines, like just dirt. So we're gonna go in, polish this a little bit, you know, clean the flippers. Just a little bit dirty. You know, we'll clean that out too, because this wood will kind of, you know, get gross if you don't clean it. But let's see, you gotta get in there. It's gross. And, you know, get back there, get all the dirt. So for most of our cleaning, we just use some Novus. It's plastic cleaner. They make the Novus 1, 2 for fine scratches, and 3 for a little bit deeper. I don't think we're not going to need the 2 today, because it just needs a little bit of cleaning. But, you know, if it does get a little rough, you can go in with 2, or, you know, do all that. But take a clean microfiber cloth, spray it down, and wipe it off. It's pretty simple. Clean your pinball machines. Okay, so this was just one quick pass. I mean, you can see this was clean when I started. You can see how dirty these things get. It's just, you know, part of owning pinball. That did nothing. Okay. Okay, so we got the big areas done pretty much, but now we need to get in between, you know, in the ramps and all the little stuff. And for that comes the pin snake. Look at him. He's so cute. Oh, he's just a little guy. So, you know, pin snake. Not sponsored, but, you know, pin snake guy, if you want to sponsor me, I'm open. Love your products. So you get like small microfiber cloth. It has Velcro. You just Stick them on there. And it bends and, you know, forms so that you can get into those small spaces. This thing has been a game changer, so thanks for creating this, pin snake person. I don't know your name, but bless, because this thing is a lifesaver. He requires a bit of maneuvering sometimes, but like, ain't no way I'm getting my fingers down in this little tiny space back here where these ramps are. So, you know, he's getting in there. He's cleaning spaces that I could not otherwise reach. Super handy. So most of those spots and spaces weren't that bad, but you know, it's dirty. So we did get some stuff cleaned. You know, you gotta get that dirt out. Maintain your pinball machines. Okay, so now that I've gotten the main stuff done, I'm gonna just go back in here and, you know, double check some spots that I might have missed. Like I didn't do a super great job on this part right here, so we're gonna go back, make sure to get that nice and clean, because the balls be going through here a lot. So they tend to get very, very dirty. And you know, you gotta put your back into it a little bit. It's like, so you can kind of see here where like the ball's gonna drain and it's very dirty here. So we gotta get in there. It's a good thing I have small lady hands, but you know, you just gotta get in there, scrub real good, get that dirt out of there. So we could probably use the pin snake here, but I already got my hands in here, so whatever. Yeah, you know, nice and clean. Those little streakies out so that your ball is not picking up more dirt as you're playing. I didn't do a very good job here either. You know, in there where the balls are dropping. And give that a quick scrub too. All right, I'll make sure we didn't miss any spots. Got everything as best as I could, but let's wipe the top of that plastic. There, a little dirty. Be careful because these are fragile. Ew. Just get some of that. Clean up this infinity gauntlet a little bit. Okay, and so the last thing that you want to do, make sure that you follow this step in all aspects of your life, I guess. Clean the balls. So we're gonna pop them out of here, give them a good scrub because they're covered in, you know, the dust and dirt, and there's not much point in putting dirty balls back into a clean playfield because it's just gonna put all that dirt back in there. So we're gonna pop those out real quick, clean them, put this back together, and then we're good.
3 goblins will take them all.
You know, make them nice and shiny so you can see yourself in them. Beautiful. Set these over here for the time being so that I don't clean them over and over. So there's supposed to be 6 in here, so we're gonna take out all 6. And polish the balls. See? You know, dirty. Okay, these are nice and polished. We're gonna pop these back in here, pop the glass back together, and it's just about time for open. So we're gonna just, you know, boop, 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 boop. And we're done. So I am not a pinball tech. I don't really work on pinball, but anybody can clean these things. Like that part is very easy and very doable. So if you own pinball, please keep them clean or else they'll get ruined. Okay, so we are 10 minutes to open, so it's time to turn on the big boy. So, you know, we gotta get back here, reach behind the machine and flip the switch. And that will turn on, be obnoxiously loud. All right, lights out, and it is time to open, just about in like 5 minutes. So there it is, arcade daily life. Except these poor pinballs that Joe is gonna come back in here and fix this week. Like I said, I'm not a pinball tech, so I can't show you that. I am confident to work on gaming consoles, arcade stuff, not so much. If you guys want to see some of Joe's repair stuff, drop it in the comments. Maybe I can get him to film some of that. Anyway, yeah, this is it. This is the arcade. Kenna's gonna work now, and I'm gonna, I don't know, do whatever it is that I do. So, thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment your favorite pinball machine, and most importantly, stay rad.